Hi, and welcome to Three Questions With. I got Scott Murphy with us from Summit Solar. Good morning, Scott. How you doing, bud?
Morning, Kevin. How are you?
Just living the dream, my friend. So, actually, come on the show today, kind of give us a little bit overview of Summit Solar. So, talk to me a little bit about how your process works if someone wants solar.
Sure. So what we do is we set up a time, a 10-15 minute call over the phone initially,
Yep.
introduce myself and find out what the customer, whether it be a residential customer or a business customer, what they're looking for out of solar, what they're currently using for electricity usage, which is located usually on their bill. So usually like 12-month, 13-month history there. We compile all that information, take down, like I said, what they're looking for. Are they looking to possibly have a battery, possibly have a charging station for electric vehicle, whatever the situation may be? Then we we have an engineering and design team. We upload all the information to them. They come back with an initial design. Usually takes about 2-3 hours to get that, depending upon the day, the time of the week, right? And then we can schedule, if everything looks good, you get an ample amount of sun, you know, we schedule a in-home presentation or Zoom, preferably in home because there's some pictures we like to take as well and things to go over. And then we'll go over to them their plan, what their design looks like, where the panels would be located, how much annual electricity, how many kilowatt hours that system will produce, what the savings will be short-term and long-term, and if anything else comes up, like I said, if they're looking for a battery charging station, where things would be located. And then we talk about ways of owning the system or having the system. So there's three current popular choices out there, right? So there's a power purchase agreement, which is we'll put the system on. You'll just pay less per kilowatt hour than you're paying National Grid, Eversource, Liberty, whoever it may be.
Yep.
Then there's ownership, and ownership is either us providing one of our financial partners to present a loan as long as 25 years. There's cash. Everything other than us providing a lending partner would be considered cash. And then there's a lease, which is a little less common these days, which you're just paying a monthly fixed fee.
So, Scott, I never thought about using solar to charge your car. That's the first time I even registered in my head. You can do that, right?
Absolutely. And we do install the solar. We'll install the charging station right there in your garage or wherever it can be protected. And you just plug it in every night you go home.
Wow, like that's kind of neat and stuff. But so how about like the home itself? Because you see that things like it has to be pointed in a certain direction. Does that factor into it too?
Sure. The amount of sun each home gets is different, obviously. So there's a couple things. If you're having which way your roof faces. So are you an east-west home or north-south? South is the general preferred direction. So if you're facing south, that section of your roof gets more sun than any other section of your roof. If you're facing north, unfortunately, you don't get a lot of sun on that side. So sometimes that may be difficult depending on the pitch. And then east and west is also good as well.
Yep. Now, I would imagine you're getting more calls now because everything we see in the news says electricity costs are skyrocketing. Is that, encouraging people to maybe we didn't think about solar before to at least look into it?
Yeah, so I'm going into my 5th year now in business, and I'm having calls from people I met 2-3 years ago because of the rising cost. So electricity's been going up every year, but usually it goes up by 2, 3, 4 cents, which doesn't equate to that big of a jump in your bill. Recently, with New Hampshire, everybody went up 100% on their electricity. So if you were paying $200 a month in New Hampshire, 100 of it was for electricity, 100 was for delivery. Now you're paying 200 for electricity, 100 for delivery, so you got $300 bill. Some places it's gone up even more. Massachusetts has gone up every year. It's going up. It just went up again November 1st for National Grid. Eversource and Unitil have raises planned. We're finding that electricity costs going up as much as 11% a year for the last 13 years.
That's
So
amazing.
Yeah, Massachusetts, well, New Hampshire just was the second highest rate per kilowatt hour in the country. Mass just overtook them again. So we're top 4 or 5 every month. Almost everybody in New England's in the top 10. So a lot of work needs to be done as far as grid maintenance and things because of the weather. They pass that cost on to us, or to the consumer. So every year it seems like going solar, saving people more and more money.
So Scott, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more then?
Sure. You could obviously reach me on my cell phone as I work out in the field. So call me on my cell phone, 978-888-4834. A lot of eights, I know. You can reach out to me on email, scott.m as in Murphy @summit.solar.
Scott, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thanks, Kevin. Sorry I had to be in the car, but you know what Wi-Fi issues we're facing here in the Northern Merrimack Valley.
Hey, thanks for the time. We'll talk soon, bud. Bye now.
All right, Kev.